action.
Hi, my name is
Good afternoon. Okay, I'm good, thank you.
I'm going to be the interpreter for this case.
Okay.
I want you to know that I will be impartial and everything said will be in confidence. I will be interpreting everything that's going to be said, so please use short sentences. And if you can address the client directly, that would be a great help.
Okay, I'll do my best. Okay.
Could you give me some background information?
I was going to ask you whether you wanted to know a little bit about the case. The truth is that I don't know much. This is like an initial home visit. We have been contacted by the primary school, which a little boy aged 9 attends, so by the teachers, basically by the teaching staff, regarding a sudden change in his behavior.
Okay.
So that could be an indicator for child abuse. So it could be suspected. No, but his behavior has drastically changed over the past couple of months.
Do you have any information?
I do. I mean, I have been given information. I know how the boy behaves now, which is like completely the opposite of how he used to be. So all I want to do now is I'd like to talk to the parents and see whether there are any reasons why maybe something happened to the family, or so it's just like in a way it's unexpected for them. They don't know we're coming, okay, but we'd like it to be a right fit. Yeah.
You said this has been going on for a couple of months.
Yeah. So maybe I can ask you about child abuse in general. I think they come.
Where they come from?
I think that Arabic speakers, and I think they come from North Africa, but I'm not sure which country.
Okay.
We can find out.
Okay.
But all I wanted to check with you, because obviously you're the cultural expert. You know what the law in this country is. It's not, you can't even smack kids in this country. You can be prosecuted. You can be, social services will be on your case immediately. So if we're talking about disciplining, so I wonder whether it's acceptable, whether something's happened and he's been affected by it, whether whether one of his parents are disciplining him too harshly.
Yeah, because I do know that most Arab countries, they do discipline their children. It could be like a little smack on the bottom, but it shouldn't be anything violent or it leaves marks or it's painful.
Okay.
But yeah, a little smack or punishing, like putting them in timeout, or this is all normal. So that would be culturally normal, which probably would be accepted here.
Okay. So it's pretty much, it's probably, I would say, it's wrong to stereotype, so probably there are people in this country, like English people, who would use the same,
How long have they been in this country?
That I don't know, we can find out, yeah. But I will tell them, this is my responsibility, I will tell them everything about what the law says in this country in relation to child protection. Yeah, so they know maybe, often parents, it's difficult to change your behavior, but once they realize certain things, they get, usually, from my experience, they get very scared. No one wants to lose their children because of.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because they haven't been here for long. They haven't got used to the new values of this country, so they're silly.
I can inform them. Yeah. So we can go in and then meet them. I think the kids are at school. Yeah, you can. Where would you like to sit? Knock. Hello.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm coming from Mary Ward's agency for interpreters.
Oh, she doesn't speak anymore.
اسمي مدام بيتر. أنا جاي من agency للترجمة. جيت مع السوشيال worker.
My name is Sally Smith and I'm a social worker.
Sally Smith. اسمك please. فاطمة علي. Her name is فاطمة علي. رح أترجم اليوم لكل شيء رح يصير. كل شيء بتقوليه بدي أترجمه، بس ما رح آخذ جهة حدا.
Oh, okay.
and to look at you.
Okay. So the same thing that you told me already.
Yes, oh,
Okay.
sorry.
Shall we take a seat? Yeah? Where would you like to sit?
Okay.
I don't mind. Whatever works for you. Okay.
I'm just going to give her a reason why we're here, because obviously she had no idea we were coming.
I can explain.
Okay.
Yeah. I can explain that. So the kids are at school, aren't they? First of all, let's find out this.
الولاد بالمدرسة.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is your husband around? Because if he is, I'd like it to be present.
زوجك موجود بالبيت ولا ايه؟ بنحب يجي يحضر معنا.
لا خارج برا.
He's out.
Alright, okay.
معلش مين هذي؟ فهميني بس.
حضرتها السوشيال وركر مساعدة اجتماعية جاي بس لتحكي لي بموضوع بخص ابنك.
So, the reason for my visit is that we have been, so I work for social services in your council, in your borough. So the reason why I'm here is that we've been contacted by your son's school, by Mohammed's school. Okay.
هي بتشتغل بالبارو هون بوستمنستر ومن المدرسة اللي بيروح عليها ابنك اتصلت فيها ومش انك جاي تشوفك هلا رح تقول لك شو
في مشكلة؟
Is there a problem?
There's nothing too dramatic to worry about, but the teachers have informed us that there is a sudden change in Mohammed's behavior. Okay.
ما في شيء يشتغل لبالك كثير بس المعلمات خبروهم انه ابنك تصرفات ابنك تغيرت.
ايه فعلا تكلموا معايا برضه.
مين المعلمة؟ The teacher spoke to her too about it.
Okay. So have you noticed this change yourself? How does he behave at home, or you haven't found any difference in his behavior?
لاحظت انت بالفرق بتصرفاته تغير شيء بالبيت بالطريقة اللي بيتصرف فيها بالبيت؟
لا يعني هو صغير يعني في السن، يعني في السن ده بيتغيروا كتير من سنة لسنة فمش كتير يعني عادي.
He's very young and at that age they change often. Their behavior changes often. So I don't think anything major.
Because the teachers describe him as someone, as an extrovert, really, lively, popular amongst his classmates, and like always mucking in, playing with everyone, always very friendly.
المعلمات كانوا يوصفوه دائما انه بيحب الناس، بيحب اجتماعي، بيحكي مع الكل، بيلعب، بيضحك. Yes.
All of a sudden, in the past like a couple of months, it's been like happening. Now he's, completely turned. He's changed.
من شهرين ثلاثة لهلا فجأة تغير، كل شيء تغير فيه.
So he's become very withdrawn, very quiet, does not willing to participate in classroom activities, not mixing with his classmates as well as he used to.
Okay. صار كثير ساكت، بضل حاله، ما عم يلعب مع أصحابه، ما عم يشارك بالصف مثل قبل. هذا بتعرف إذا في شيء.
So what about at home? Have you noticed this change or not?
لاحظتي شيء تغيير بالبيت كمان؟
شوية يعني
A little bit. Yes.
A little bit, okay. How do you explain it? What do you think?
كيف بتفسري هالتغيير؟ شو رأيك؟
ما بعرف.
I don't know.
معلش ممكن أسألها بس يعني وانتوا جيتوا ليه يعني ممكن في أي أذى ليا أو لجوزي أو لأي حد يعني.
I'd like to ask why you came. Is there any harm or any threat to me or to my husband?
No. It's sort of a routine visit. We'd like to see. First of all, I'd like to see, the environment in which Mohammed lives, and it's always good to, to meet with the parents, to talk to them, to find out what the situation in the family is.
ما في شيء ضروري بس بدها تشوف جو البيت، تشوف شو اللي معقول يكون عم بيأثر على ابنك، تشوف كيف العلاقة بينك وبين زوجك.
تمام.
Everything's fine.
Okay, because there's nothing to worry about at this stage. It's just about trying to get to the bottom of things. Obviously there is a reason for Mohammed's change in behavior.
ما في شيء يشغل بالك كثير هلا بس بدهم يعرفوا ليه غير تصرفاته ويشوفوا إذا في شيء سبب معين.
Okay. So, how do you discipline him when he's being naughty?
كيف بتقصصيه لما يكون عم بيعمل شيء لما يكون رزيل او عم بيعمل شيء غلط؟
انا بقول له يعني ساعات ازعق شوي بس مش كتير، هو شاب منيح يعني مش يعني عمري ما بيزعلني قوي يعني، ابوه ساعات يزعق له شوي بيزعق له بيعلي صوته.
She tells him when he shouts, for example, she tells him to calm down and
جوزي يعني بيزعق.
My husband yells at my husband tells him to calm down when he's yelling or shouting, but he's a good boy in general. He doesn't cause a lot of problems.
Okay, so when I say disciplining, I mean punishment. So if you have to punish him, how do you punish him?
لما بدك تعلميه تربيه كيف بتقصصيه إذا عمل شيء بتقصصيه؟
قليل ابدا يعني قليل، بس ممكن نمنعه انه يتفرج على التلفزيون بس كده.
We rarely discipline him. We rarely punish him, but we would probably not let him watch TV, for example.
Okay. Do you ever use physical force?
شي مرة ضربته.
So would you hit him, in other words?
أنت أو زوجتك تضربيه؟
You or your husband?
لا مش قوي لا، يعني انت عارفة عندنا ساعات شوية، بس انا عمري ما بدت ايدي عليه يعني.
No, not really. You know how discipline is with us, but I've never hit him.
Does he fight with his siblings?
بيتخانق مع اخواته؟
ساعات بس مش قوي عشان هم صغار، هم اصغر منه بكتير يعني. عندي واحد عنده 3 سنين والتاني عنده 5 سنين. هو عنده
Sometimes, but not often, because they're younger than him. I have a son who's 5 and another one who's 3, and my son is 9.
Does Mohammed hit them sometimes?
محمد بيضربهم أوقات؟
لا.
No.
Okay. So, who do you think is the main figure in the family in terms of disciplining the children? Would it be you or your husband?
مين الشخص الأساسي اللي بتربيه؟ حضرتك ولا زوجك؟
زوجي طبعا.
My husband.
Okay, so he is in charge, yeah?
لكن هو المسؤول.
خصوصا انه هو في البيت يعني اليومين دول ما عندوش شغل.
Especially since he's been home these last 2 days, he doesn't have to go to work.
Alright, okay, you're fine. Okay, so, because I think some of the signs that Mohammed is exhibiting at school indicate that he could have been hit by someone at home or outside school, basically.
في إشارات علامات بتدل إنه محمد حدا ضربه يا بالمدرسة يا برا المدرسة.
He hasn't mentioned anything, but what he does sometimes he would hide, like especially if some of the stronger boys approach him, he would like try and protect himself and hide from them. So like as if he's scared of being hit.
ما قال شيء هو ما قال شيء معين، بس يجوا الصبيان الكبار بيتخبوا بيقعدوا بالقرنة بيخاف مبين إنه خايف كأنه حدا ضربه.
And he becomes especially withdrawn if the teacher starts raising her voice, because it happens in the classroom. It happens because with 30 kids in the classroom, sometimes the teacher raises his or her voice in order to get their attention. So when that happens, she's noticed that then that's when he becomes really acting like someone who's really scared.
لما لاحظوا عليه بالصف لما المعلم تعلي صوته بيخاف كثير بيقعد بيقرني لحاله. المعلمة أوقات مجبورة بعلي صوتها لأنه عندها 30 تلميذ بصير في مشاغبات بالصف بتضطر تعلي صوتها. فلاحظوا عليه بيسكت كثير.
Right, because no one is hitting him or hurting him at school or shouting at school.
ما حدا عم يضربه أو يعيط عليه أو يأذيه بالمدرسة.
So we wonder whether something could be happening at home.
مشان هيك عم تفكر بركي في شيء بالبيت عم بيصير عم بيأثر عليه.
So it's okay to talk about that. That's why I'm here. Yeah, so I'd like to establish whether there is a reason for Mohammed's behavior in order to be able to help.
أنا هون لساعدك، فيك تخبريني شو عم تعمل. بس بدنا نعرف إذا فينا نساعده محمد، إذا في سبب فينا نحكي.
Okay. So if you're worried about his behavior yourself, if you think it's not normal, then it's okay to talk about why it could be happening.
إذا مشغول بالك أنت كمان على تصرفاته أو على التغيير فيك تخبرينا وتقولينا شو وعم تفكري فيه شو بيشغل.
So I'm ruling out the possibility that his younger siblings are bullying him somehow at their home.
أكيد مش خلص تأكدنا إنه مش إخواته اللي صار عندهم بالبيت.
So it might be that your husband is a little bit too harsh in disciplining methods he uses.
لكن زوجك شوي قاسي بطريقة تربيته.
So have you noticed him shouting at Muhammad recently, or like hitting him?
لاحظتي شيء على زوجك عم بعيط عليه أو عم يضربه بهالفترة القصيرة؟
هو شديد شوية يعني بس مش قوي يعني عادي.
He's a bit strict but not forceful, just normal.
But you mentioned he's lost his job recently. Yeah.
كنت عم تخبرينا إنه ترك شغله.
بندوب
Yes, he was fired.
Okay. So has that affected him?
طبعا.
Behavior-wise?
هالشغلة أثرت عليه؟
طبعا.
Yes, of course.
So is he more edgy? Does he flip easily?
عم بيعصب بسرعة، عم بيضربوا على أعصابه.
ايه هو عصبي. ساعات يتنرفز يعني ساعات يمد ايده على محمد.
Yes, he is tense and he is more nervous. He's nervous, he's more nervous than normal. And sometimes he is hitting Muhammad.
Alright, okay. If you're not comfortable talking about this here, because you might be afraid that your husband might come home anytime now.
إذا خايفة تحكي بهالموضوع، خايفة من إنه زوجك يرجع على البيت أو خايفة من وجوده.
You can come to the office and talk to me
لا
about
وليه
it.
في خطر.
فيك تروحي لعنده على المكتب.
ايه.
Or I can come to school and that's where I can meet you.
بس
and
في
talk
خطر
about it.
لجوزي.
أو فيها تيجي على المدرسة تشوفي. Is there any threat to my husband?
No, don't worry about this because as long as he's not hitting him, because I don't think that there is any bruising. I think obviously Mohammed hasn't, everyone that's around him hasn't noticed anything on his body, which means that he hasn't been hit hard.
طالما ما لقينا شيء على جسمه مزرق أو شيء خبيث معناتها ما عم يضرب بقوة.
لا هي ضربة صغيرة يعني.
Just a small slap.
Okay,
Yeah.
which unfortunately, according to this country's law, is still not acceptable. Okay.
حسب قوانين إنجلترا حتى ضربة صغيرة مش مقبول.
Okay, I know culturally it's okay to smack kids, and I think even in this country, some people find it, it's a very controversial issue. Some people think that kids could be smacked, it's okay to smack.
هي بتعرف إنه نحن بحدثك بالعادات تبعولنا معلش إذا ضربنا الولد بس هون لا مش مسموح أبدا.
But technically, in theory, parents can get into trouble for doing it.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Technically, people, parents can get into trouble.
حسب القانون فيكم تعلقوا بمشاكل إذا عم تضربوا الولد.
But because, I work with people from different backgrounds, I understand that in certain cultures it's acceptable.
بس أنا بشتغل مع
It's more acceptable than in others. Yeah.
بعرف إنه في بلاد هالشغلة متقبلة مقبولة أكثر من البلاد.
How long have you been in this country, by the way?
قد إيه صار لك بالبلد؟
3 سنين.
3 years.
Okay, so you're fairly new, so you probably don't know about the law.
يعني بعدك جديدة بعد ما تعلمت القانون الإنجليزي.
Yeah, so according to the Children's Act, unfortunately, this is not on.
حسب القانون بيحمي حماية الأولاد ممنوع ذلك.
And I think, considering Mohammed's behavior, I would think that, your husband must have stepped over, the limits of being strict or firm with him.
بناء على تصرفات محمد رأيي إنه زوجك تخطى الحدود
So he needs to be told all this, okay? So I don't know, have you spoken to him?
لازم نخبرك هذا الأشياء أنت
Because obviously if you witness those things.
بس أنا أقدر يعني لو
Do you have such a relationship that we can
لما عم تشتغلي هالشغل عندك علاقة مع زوجك بتسمح لك تقولي له انه ما تضربه او
انا بصراحه ما فكرت اقول له يعني مش هتدخل بينه وبين ابنه وانا مش شايفه انه هو عمل اي حاجه.
Honestly, I never thought of telling him anything because I don't want to interfere between him and his son. And I haven't seen anything that needs interference.
But now that you know how Muhammad has changed, yeah, his behavior has changed, you don't want anything more drastic, you know, or negative happening to him because obviously he's not reacting well to these methods.
بما انه هلا لاحظت كيف تصرفات ابنك تغيروا، لازم ما يكون بدك شيء سلبي يأثر عليه، لأنه الكل عم يلاحظوا إنه تغيروا تصرفاته، عم يتأثر باللي عم يصير.
إيه طبعاً إحنا عاوزين أحسن شيء يعني.
Of course, we always want the best for our kids from Muhammad.
So I think, you know, if you find it difficult to approach him directly and to tell him, confront him in a way, what you can do, have you told him about the fact that the teachers have approached you and talked to you about Muhammad's behavior?
إذا عم تلاقي صعوبة بتحكي مع زوجك رح يساعدك فيه، بدها تعرف إذا قلتي له شيء عن الأساتذة شو عم يحكوا لك عن المدرسة.
So that could be a way of, you know, in a way talking to him about it. Yeah.
فيك تجيبي الموضوع، تجيبي السيرة مع زوجك، تقولي له إنه المعلمة قالت لي هيك تفتحي الموضوع على
Yeah. So you can tell him, listen, this is what's happened. This is what Muhammad's teacher told me today. You know, what do you think?
تقولي له معلمة محمد اليوم قالت لي هيك شو رأيك أنت بالموضوع؟
Do you think we can help somehow? Okay, is there anything we're doing at home which is not right?
فينا نساعد بشي طريقة، في شي عم نعمله بالبيت غلط عم بيأثر عليه.
كمان كويس عشان الصغيرين يعني مش أولاد صغيرين يشهدوا بالكلام ده
مع زوجك.
يعني أولادنا صغيرين مش عاوزين يشوفوا يعني ساعتها.
It's okay, but I don't want my younger kids to witness this conversation or to
Oh,
hear
of
us
course,
talking about it.
yeah. But on the other hand, it's not good for your younger kids to witness your husband disciplining Muhammad the way he does.
أكيد بس كمان ما تنسي إنه محل الولاد صغار يشوفوا زوجك عم يضرب ابنك.
Does he ever discipline the younger ones like that? Similar way?
يضرب الصغار كمان
لا.
بطريقة؟ No.
No, okay. I
عشان
need to
محمد
ask.
هو الكبير يعني.
Muhammad is the eldest.
Okay, okay. I need to ask the next question, so you know, don't feel offended by it. But has he ever hit you, your husband?
بدي أسألك سؤال هلا ما تاخديها شخصيا أو تزعلي بس زوجك شي مرة ضربك؟
لا لا.
No. Okay. Now the tricky part is that he needs to be approached. He needs to, you know, be told in a way that to look at the situation, to recognize that there is a problem.
الشيء الصعب هلا هو الخطوة الصعبة إنه لما نحكي مع حدا لازم يحكي مع زوجك ويخليه يطلع يشوف الموضوع كيف عم بيصير.
And I think it's talking about Muhammad's behavior is a good way of, you know, starting the conversation. Because, you know, he might have noticed it himself. If not, then it's good to draw his attention to it.
أنا برأيي أحسن طريقة تجيبي موضوع كيف عم يتغير محمد تصرفاته عم تتغير، يمكن ما لاحظ زوجك، وإذا ما لاحظ ساعتها تلفتي له نظره على الشغل.
He can only change his behavior if he's told that the boy is suffering.
ما في وقت يغير تصرفاته مع ابنه إلا إذا حدا قال له إنه ابنك عم يتأثر كثير.
There is help available. There are local organizations of help. Usually there are lots of places in the area. I can think of a local children's center that runs parenting classes, for example.
في كثير مؤسسات بيساعدوا بهالمواضيع، في محل بيساعد للولاد وفيك تروحي انت وابنك لعنده.
So it's any parent who lives in the area with young children is welcome to attend. They're free classes
Classes
for parenting skills.
حيلا أهل عندهم ولاد صغار فين يروحوا على هيدا السنتر وبيعطوا مثل دروس كيف تتصرف مع الولد، كيف تربيه، تربيه وكل شيء حسب القانون الإنجليزي.
Do you think you might attend? Like together, everyone? If he's not working at the minute, it would be perfect timing.
بتحبي تروحي حضرتك وزوجك؟
Would it be easy to persuade him?
Yes.
Yeah?
فيك
Yeah.
تقنعيه يروح.
نجرب.
I would try.
Okay. I'll leave you my contact details, so if you ever want to come and talk to me, okay, or, you know, ask for help or support.
راح أعطيك
social
رقمي
services,
واسمي
you know,
إذا حبيتي تحكي معي إذا عاوزة أي شيء.
But I think my way of seeing how things are developing would be keeping in touch with the school and, you know, checking with the teachers.
That's what you want her to do.
I will be doing that. I will be constantly in touch with the school. Yeah. So I think probably it's not a good idea to organize another home visit because you know, I think I'd like you to deal with your husband. I don't want you to find out that, you know, I come. Because, you know, then.
هي رح تتدرب على الاتصال مع المعلمات بالمدرسة لتشوف شو كيف عم يتقسم محمد إذا عم يصير أحسن أو أضرب. بس could you repeat the last what you said?
I don't want your husband to know that I visited because the way I trust you, I trust what you said. So the way you describe things, they don't seem, you know, that serious. So I don't want to scare him.
ما بدها زوجك يعرف إنه إجت لعندك على البيت وهي ما رح تقول لأنه ما بدها إنه هو يخاف يفكر إنه في شيء يخوف بالموضوع.
So, if you want, we can organize. Do you want to organize a meeting? You can come and see me in a month, let's say, or even earlier.
إذا بتحبي تاخذي موعد منها تروحي تشوفيها بعد شهر أو إذا بدك قبل شهر.
Just to tell me how things are going.
خبريها شو عم بيصير كيف عم بيصير.
إيه أنا أعمل أي شيء يلزم محمد ويلزم.
I'll do anything that's good for محمد.
Okay, all right, okay. I'll be in touch with the school then, and you know, keep checking on Muhammad's behavior, whether it's changing and how he's doing. Okay.
رح تضلها باتصال مع المدرسة ورح تضلها تشوف تصرفاته إذا عم تتغير لأحسن لأسوأ.
And I think the person who is in charge of, I don't know how it's called in this school, in this particular, but who is in charge of pastoral care basically in the school is talking to Muhammad.
Pastoral.
Yeah, like, no, it's more about the personal health and social behavior and development of children.
رح تشوف مين الشخص اللي معين يحل لك مشاكل قصص رح تحكي معه مشان تضل تتبع محمد.
But Muhammad hasn't said anything that he hasn't indicated in any way that there is trouble at home, which is a good thing.
محمد ما قال شيء أبدا بالمدرسة إن في مشاكل بالبيت، ما فرجى أي شيء إنه في مشاكل.
So he's probably, you know, trying to be fair and like he knows, he's old enough to know that, you know, maybe when I was naughty it's okay to be hit, which is bad and good and bad.
يمكن ابنك يعرف إنه لما يكون رزيق رح يتقصص، وهذا الشيء منيح بنفس الوقت.
Because it's you know, kids are not supposed to be hit, but then if he hasn't been hit hard, then that's why we're not talking about that.
الأولاد مش مفروض ينضربوا، بس إذا الضربة منها قوية ممكن شيء مع خطر حدا.
Yeah. So hitting kids doesn't usually work. So there are worse things you can do to them in terms of punishment. So like taking away privileges works better than hitting them.
الضرب ما بيفيد وما دايما بيزبط، فيك تقصصي بغير طريقة تاخدي شيء منه بحبه.
So what you mentioned earlier, like, you know, not allowing them to play computer games or not watching TV, you know,
ما
or,
تخليه يحضر تلفزيون أو يلعب ألعاب أو كمبيوتر.
yeah,
أو في أي شيء إحنا
or not
بنعمل.
having your pudding after dinner tonight, you know, why not?
خليه ياكل جاتو أو حلو
Yeah.
مع الأكل.
Yeah, okay. So that's best. Yeah, you can diplomatically tell your husband that that's probably best and works best with Muhammad.
فيك تحكي مع زوجك بالدبلوماسية تقولي له إنه قطع قصصه بهالطريقة إن شاء الله تعمل بدل الخوف.
All right. Okay. Do you have any questions?
Perfect. No, thank you.
أعطيك
Okay.
شيء؟
Would you like some tea?
I would have wanted some, but now I have to go. If you offered earlier,
سكت منك الأول عشان
I was scared of you at the beginning.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'm glad I'm